My name is Koken, and I'm going to make something tonight, food for my husband and for my son. But I want to make it a little bit healthy, so I'll be using squash. It's cabochon squash, Pinoy na squash, Filipino squash. So I will post pictures later of the whole cabochon squash that I cut into pieces like this. It's bite size, actually 2 bites. Not so small, but not so big either. So that's it. And then I'm going to stir fry this in pork. I also cut tiny pieces of pork. It's actually the pork chop because my husband likes the side, so I took a little bit of the inside pork like this because I have. So that pork chop, I'm going to fry it, and I took some parts of the pork chop because in the house we like with bones, so the meat that's attached to the bones, it's right there, but I took some parts and I cut the parts in tiny pieces like this because I'm going to put it and mix it with my stir fry squash later. And not just the squash, I'm going to wash my hands really fast. Alright, so this is spinach. I'm going to put in my stir fry also. It's already ready, but I'm going to take out the ones that I'm going to use, and I'm going to wash it really good so it's clean. And that's it, just like 2 handfuls. And then, of course, I have onions and garlic. So I'm going to stir fry. I'm going to put the garlic. I have a little bit of olive oil left. This is the olive oil I'm going to use. I'm going to pour a little bit in the pan. And then after that, I'm going to brown the garlic. And then I'm going to put the onions. And then after that, I'm going to put the meat, the pork, and I'll brown it a little bit. And then I'm going to put the squash. So it's going to be chewy, and so the squash will cook really good. Maybe I'll say 15 minutes, stir frying, making sure that it won't get burnt. And then the last one you're going to put is the spinach. And I'm going to talk to you the seasoning that I'm going to put. This one is given by my friend Irene. She gave it to me before they left. In our family, we like our meat well done. Well done means that it's not raw. We like it really, really cooked, so we won't get choked when we eat it. So that's how we like our meat. So first I'm gonna do the frying. And also, I also cut a little bit of stripes for my son because he likes his meat small size for him. He doesn't like the big old chunk of pork chop. So this is for my son. I only cut 4 pieces because he eats it with his rice. And the same thing, I also garnish it with garlic salt. I didn't put lemon. So that pork chop, I'm going to fry it. And I took some parts of the pork chop because in the house we like with bones. So the meat that's attached to the bones, it's right there, but I took some parts and I cut the parts in tiny pieces like this because I'm going to put it and mix it with my stir fry squash later. And not just the squash, I'm going to wash my hands really fast. Alright, so this is spinach. I'm going to put in my stir fry also. It's already ready, but I'm going to take out the ones that I'm going to use, and I'm going to wash it really good so it's clean. And that's it, just like 2 handfuls. And then, of course, I have onions and garlic. So I'm going to stir fry. I'm going to put the garlic oil. When the oil is hot, then you put your garlic. And now my garlic is sizzling. And then you let it brown first a little bit. Don't get it burnt. That's why you have to stay on top of it. You have to be here so you can make sure that it won't get burnt. I like the garlic brownish a little bit so that the taste and the flavor will really be there. On the other pot, I also put my the leftover oil. I always save my oil. Whatever I use, I saved it, and then I use it again. I don't throw oil just like that. I use it like 3 times. I don't know, it's just me to save oil, because I'm a Vegas mom and I'm always thinking of how much money I spent in my cooking. Now it's brownish like that. Then we add the onions. So the onions is there. Make sure that the fire is low so your stuff won't get burned, all of it. So you just click it like that. And then we're going to add the pork. So these are the pork that I cut into small pieces. I'm going to add this with my stuff. There you go, with my stir fry. You have to brown the pork first. Alright, need to wash my hands. My oil, I have to put it in low. And then let me mix this one. I'm multitasking. I'm actually stir frying at the same time. I am going to fry. So I'm gonna put my pork in the other pot. Alright. I make sure that the meat is brown. I mean all of it. It won't look pinkish anymore. And then after that I will put the squash. There you go. Okay, I'll let it sit for a little bit, and I have to get the lid. I have to cover it so that the meat will really be cooked. So I have to cover it, cover this to make sure we're cooked. And that's my pork, and the pork is I have to put it in low a little bit because I want it really cooked. So it's like slow cooking in my pot. Look. Yeah, it has to slowly cook so that the bones. So now that's my pork. The reason why I put it in low, it's because I want the pork to really cook. Because I learned my lesson before. I'm going to cover it also to trap the heat, and it will cook the whole pork. The reason why I do that, because I learned my lesson before. I put the fire on high and then it burnt my pork, and the outside is cooked but the inside is not. So if you want your pork to really cook thoroughly inside and out, and even in the outside and crispy, so you put it in low first. And then when you think that it's almost done, like 15 minutes, then you can turn it on higher a little bit. Alright, so I'm just waiting, and my pork here is brown. Now that it looks good. So I'm gonna get ready. Alright, now that the pork is brown, it's time for me to put the squash. So here's the squash. I'm gonna pour it in there. And then I'm going to stir fry it, and after that I'm going to season this with a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper. And the other seasoning, the spicy sauce, I'll put it afterwards. So my pork is there and it's slowly cooking still. In another 2 minutes I'm going to turn it. So what I'm gonna get again, let me get the garlic salt, and I'm going to get the pepper also. So I'm the mom who cooks and I don't measure, so I'll just sprinkle a little bit and I'll taste it afterwards. If for me it tastes good, then alright. So I already sprinkled it with garlic, salt, and pepper, and then I mix it also, and I'm gonna put lid again so it will be cooked. And my pork, it's slowly cooking, but I'm gonna turn it around so that the other side will be cooked also. I need my there you go. Alright, so it's my pot. And it's really boiling. There you go, the other side. And my tiny ones for my son, I have to turn it around also. So that's it, and I'm going to cover it with lid again for another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna put the heat on high, a little bit higher. So now it's time for the outside to get cooked and get crispy. That's it. I'll take a picture later when it's all done. Okay, so after, it wasn't 15 minutes, actually after 10 minutes, the squash is already done. So I'm going to put the spinach right now. And this is the last ingredients that I'm gonna put on my stir fry. And of course this, I don't know how to read it, Zequan spicy hot stir fry and marinade. So this is the one that my friend Erin gave us. So I'm just gonna, cause I don't want it super spicy, but I want it to have like a little bit kick in there. So that's how much I put. I just pour a little bit. It's up to you. If you want it super spicy, then you can put more, and then if not, then just put a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt on top of the veggies, so the veggies can be seasoned also. Let me add a little bit more, just a little bit, because I know I already seasoned the squash and so this is it. Kalabasa stir fry with pork and spinach. And it's spicy because I used the spicy sauce. There you go. It looks so good, and the meat looks so good also. So now you have a healthy dinner. You can eat this with rice, or if you want, you can just eat this with crackers too. So that's it.